Hi, I'm Noah from the Flow team. I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough of what Flow is and how it works. Flow is a generative video tool co-created with filmmakers to help them create better clips and scenes using AI. The entire tool is a combination of Google DeepMind's most advanced models, Veo, Imagine, and Gemini. So let's jump right in. This is the project view where all of your projects live. It's really easy to scroll and look through everything you're working on. When you click into a project or start a new one, all of your generations for this project will appear as you make them. Let's focus here on the prompt box. By default, it is set to text to video. You can type something in and you'll get a video back. You'll see there's a drop-down menu where you can switch between different modes. Let's explore frames to video. In each mode, you'll see these little chips that give you specific options for that mode. You have the option to use a first frame, a last frame, or both. This chip opens your ingredients drawer, which is a collection of previously used frames that you can select to reuse. You can also either upload or generate an image to use as a frame. Another chip here is where you'll find camera controls. You can select the camera icon and add a camera move into your generation without having to describe it in the prompt. You also get a little preview of what that camera move is. Now, let's take a look at ingredients to video mode. This is similar to frames to video, but instead of using the image as your first or last frame, you can select a few ingredients to combine in one scene and add a prompt of how you want them to interact in the clip. As you continue to use the same ingredients, you'll see how easy it is to achieve character, location, and object consistency across shots. Now that we have a clip that we like, let's bring it over to Scene Builder and make a little sequence. You can hover over the clip to see the button that says Add to Scene, and that automatically moves you into the Scene Builder. Here we are in the Scene Builder, where you can put multiple clips together to create a scene. Let's take a look at some of the ways you can do that. This feature is called Jump To. It uses the power of Gemini to understand how your previous clip ended to seamlessly generate the next one in the sequence, guided by your prompt. You can use these handles here to trim the clips in your scene. Use this plus button and select Extend, and add a prompt to extend the clip that you are working with to make longer scenes. There's another plus button here above the playhead, which allows you to save a frame for later in case you want to generate more clips starting or ending with that frame. Once you have all of your clips generated, you can also rearrange them in the sequence with this button. Then you click here and download your scene. So that is your quick introduction to getting started with Flow. We're incredibly excited to see what you create.
Designed to support your entire creative journey, Flow helps creatives explore what's possible. From pre-visualization or proof of concept to a final creation. Under the hood, it's powered by a combination of Google DeepMind's most advanced models, Veo, NanoBanana, and Gemini. So let's jump right in. When you enter Flow, you land on your projects page, where you can scroll and look through everything that you're working on. Here you can start a new project or click on an existing one, where you'll see all of your assets appear in a grid. This grid was designed to help simplify the way you manage your assets. As your project grows, you can group assets into custom collections, search, and filter. This makes it easier to organize images and videos as you build out your story. Now, let's focus on the prompt bar. Just type a prompt in and Flow will generate an image. To help you stay organized, you can also name your image generations, just like you would with your working files. If you'd like to refine your image, you can simply prompt for a new version, or use one of the editing options like the lasso tool for more precision. Just outline the area you want to change, add a prompt, and Flow updates that specific spot while keeping the rest of your image the same. In the prompt bar, you'll also find a model selector. This is where you can switch between generating images and videos and adjust various settings like orientation, output quantity, or model. Let's choose video. Ready to bring your ideas to life? You can use images you've created or upload your own as ingredients for your video. Just drag them into the prompt bar, use the @ tag to pull in a named asset, or mix and match both. Prompt how they should be used together, and hit generate. Now let's explore frames to video. When using frames to video, you'll see these little chips that give you the option to use the first frame, a last frame, or both. You can generate a frame with NanoBanana Pro directly in Flow, upload new frames from your device, or simply drop frames in from your grid. You'll also notice a few buttons pop up below the prompt bar. These features help you refine your clips after you generate them to get them just right. For example, with the insert feature, you're able to add elements to your clip without generating an entirely new one. You can also shift the perspective of your clip by using camera control without needing to describe it in your prompt. And if you like where your clip was going and you'd like to continue the story, you can extend the length of your clip.
All right, let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're diving headfirst into the high-stakes world of using Google Gemini to completely automate your business operations. And look, we aren't just talking about generating a quick, polite email reply here. We are talking about assembling a comprehensive, always-on AI arsenal, something that integrates deeply into your strategic planning, your marketing pipelines, and your day-to-day logistics. So get ready, because we are mapping out the exact blueprint you need to really leverage this technology. So think about this for a second. What if your business literally ran itself while you slept? That used to be pure science fiction, right? Well, thanks to this entirely new breed of background AI agents, it's actually a tactical reality today. We've officially crossed a threshold. AI doesn't just sit around waiting for you to type a prompt into a little chat box anymore. It actively monitors your digital environment and takes action on your behalf around the clock. And it all starts right here with the engine's raw power. 2 million. That is the context window for the flagship Gemini 3.1 Pro model, a staggering 2 million token context window. Now, to put that into perspective, a token is roughly a word or part of a word. So 2 million tokens means you aren't just feeding it a paragraph or even a single long document. You could feed it the entire text of War and Peace a dozen times over in a single go. You are literally feeding it entire libraries of information simultaneously. Just think about exactly what you can do with that kind of capacity. It's a total game changer. You can feed an entire company's history. We're talking years of financial statements, massive code bases, absolutely sprawling user-generated content campaigns into the machine in a single breath. In the past, you had to fragment your data, break it into tiny little pieces and just cross your fingers hoping the AI could connect the dots. But not anymore. Gemini can look at the whole giant puzzle all at once and give you complete end-to-end analysis. Okay, let's get into Section 1, the Gemini Arsenal. When we talk about these Gemini models, we have to talk about multimodal processing. This isn't just a text bot. It processes the world across multiple senses simultaneously. And this is absolutely huge for things like creating cinematic video. You see, you no longer have to rely on that rigid, old-school prompt document workflow. Instead, you can use an agent approach with Gemini Omni. Basically, you provide an anchor visual, and because Omni natively understands real-world physics and spatial context, it generates incredibly smooth, realistic video based on those exact insights. It can literally look at a visual trend in an image, listen to a user interview, and tie the whole shebang together instantly. Moving right along to Section 2, Gemini Spark and Automation. So you can set up these multi-step workflows to just fire off autonomously in the background without you even keeping a browser tab open. Imagine this. Gemini Spark is continuously triaging your inbox, drafting these perfectly personalized replies based on context it pulls from your calendar and past documents. It joins your meetings, and the second you hang up, boom, it generates structured action items in docs and drafts a follow-up email. And for marketing? It uses the Nano Banana feature right there in your Chrome browser to instantly transform a single blog post into a LinkedIn caption, a short script, and a summary slide, all in one incredibly fast pass. But, and this is a really crucial boundary to understand, Spark drafts from context, not relationship history. It is an absolute beast for administrative heavy lifting, but it completely lacks human empathy. So for those high-stakes human relationships, the emotional intelligence, the nuanced negotiations, those still require your final sign-off. You're using the AI to dig yourself out of your inbox, not to automate away your actual human judgment. Let's pivot over to Section 3, Engineering Viral Content. If you want the best output, injecting a highly specific prompt acts almost like a cheat code. Try telling the AI to pretend it's a viral marketing expert with 15 years of experience. By forcing it to focus on specific psychological triggers like humor, surprise, or emotional connection, you entirely bypass those generic, kind of robotic answers. Instead, you generate targeted, highly sophisticated marketing strategies. And once you start using those advanced prompts, you unlock an entirely new tier of tactics. You can command storytelling strategies that target very precise emotions, or you can request TikTok and Reels comedy skits specifically formatted to hit Gen Z trends. You can have it design brand-aligned challenge campaigns, or even ask it to pull complex statistics and suggest data visualizations for a cool myth-busting campaign. These are the exact high-level tactics you need to drive real audience participation and community engagement. Which brings us to Section 4, GPT-4o versus Google Gemini. The battle lines in the influencer marketing ecosystem are incredibly clear right now. Think of it like a heavyweight boxing match. In one corner, you have OpenAI's creative, nuanced superiority. GPT-4o is currently unmatched at capturing an influencer's authentic creator voice and that really natural language. But in the other corner, you've Google Gemini bringing just unmatched multimodal data crunching abilities to the table. It seamlessly integrates into the workspace ecosystem you're probably already using, and when you scale up to massive data sets, it offers much, much better economics.
So who actually wins? Well, the winning strategy isn't about choosing just one. Leading influencer programs and top-tier marketers are actually deploying a hybrid playbook. They are utilizing GPT-4o on the front end for those creative briefs and the natural language generation, and then they're deploying Gemini on the back end for the heavy campaign analytics, processing all that visual user-generated content, and generating really dense performance reports. Best of both worlds.
Finally, let's wrap things up with Section 5, Pricing and Enterprise ROI.
Before we even peek at the costs, we have to consider the sheer return on investment here. The consumer goods giant Kershare utilized Gemini agents and saw a staggering 90% reduction in routine document drafting time. 90%. Just imagine what happens to your payroll efficiency when a task that used to take 10 hours suddenly takes 1. That is the true ROI context you need to keep in mind before ever considering the price tag. All right, let's see how this actually builds out your budget. Google offers a highly granular, multi-tiered approach here. You can start with the free API tier for pure experimentation, though keep in mind it does use your data for training. For most teams, the real sweet spot is the Workspace Plus plan at about $26.40 a month per user. That embeds AI directly into the tools you already use, without any per-token charges. Now, if you need the heavy-hitting flagship models and cinematic video generation, there's AI Pro for $19.99 a month. And for those massive enterprise-scale custom applications, you have the pay-as-you-go API token metrics. Ultimately, this whole investment manifests as a seamless digital assistant working right alongside your team, directly inside your everyday tools. There is no separate window to log into, no complex coding required for your marketing team to learn. It's just there, in Docs, in Sheets, in Gmail, completely ready to turn raw data into operational action the absolute second you need it.
So the question isn't just whether you've built your AI arsenal yet, it's whether you can afford not to, especially while your competitors likely already have. I really hope this explainer leaves you wondering how many hours you and your team could reclaim this week if you finally delegated the routine heavy lifting to Gemini. The tools are ready to go. The blueprints are drawn. The next move? That's entirely up to you.